Based on the historical data and forecast, Bitcoin shows a slight upward trend. The support price is consistently at $110,000, and the resistance is around $114,400. The RSI has been fluctuating between 34.8 and 54.0, indicating periods of oversold and overbought conditions. The Bollinger Bands suggest that the price has been volatile, with the bands widening and narrowing. Considering the RSI values, we will implement an RSI-based strategy with an oversold level of 20 and an overbought level of 80. The forecast data shows a slight decrease in price initially, followed by a potential upward movement. Therefore, I recommend a long position when the RSI falls below 36.7, with an entry price of $110,600. Place a stop-loss order at $109,900 to limit potential losses, and set a target price of $112,100, aiming to capitalize on the anticipated upward movement. To enhance the strategy, we will integrate the Bollinger Bands. If the price touches the lower band while the RSI is below 36.7, it strengthens the signal for a long position. If the forecast data shows the price approaching the lower Bollinger Band, we will consider entering a long position at $110,400. The stop-loss order will be set at $109,700, and the target price will be $112,000. This combined strategy leverages both RSI and Bollinger Bands to identify optimal entry and exit points, maximizing potential returns while managing risk. The portfolio will prioritize the RSI strategy with Bollinger Bands confirmation, as it provides a more robust and reliable signal for high-return investments. Based on the historical data and forecast, Ethereum has been fluctuating within a range bounded by a support of $3,850 and a resistance of $4,150. The RSI indicates periods of oversold and overbought conditions, with recent values suggesting a neutral to slightly bullish momentum. The Bollinger Bands show periods of volatility, with the price occasionally touching or crossing the bands. Considering these factors, I propose a combined strategy leveraging RSI and Bollinger Bands to maximize potential returns. We will initially enter a long position at $3,950 on October 29, 2025, when the forecast price suggests a slight upward movement. The stop-loss will be set at $3,850, coinciding with the established support level, to limit potential losses. The initial target price will be $4,070, aligning with the forecast price on November 2, 2025. To refine this strategy, we will incorporate dynamic adjustments based on the RSI and Bollinger Bands. If the RSI reaches 80, indicating an overbought condition, we will partially take profits and tighten the stop-loss to $4,000. Conversely, if the RSI falls below 20, signaling an oversold condition, we will consider adding to our position and adjusting the stop-loss to $3,900. Furthermore, if the price touches the upper Bollinger Band, we will consider taking profits and reducing our exposure. The final target price will be $4,150, the resistance level, but we will actively manage the position using the RSI and Bollinger Bands to optimize returns and mitigate risks. Based on the historical data and forecast, XRP exhibits a generally upward trend with periods of consolidation. The RSI consistently dips below the oversold level of 30, indicating potential buying opportunities. The Bollinger Bands show that the price is currently near the lower band, suggesting a possible bounce. Therefore, I recommend a long position strategy. We will enter a long position at $2.47 with a stop-loss at $2.39, just below the support level. The initial target price is set at $2.55, aligning with the middle of the Bollinger Bands and a reasonable profit margin. To refine this strategy, we will incorporate RSI and Bollinger Band signals. If the RSI rises above 50 and the price touches the upper Bollinger Band, we will adjust the target price to $2.65. Conversely, if the RSI falls below 30 again, we will consider tightening the stop-loss to $2.45 to protect against potential downside risk. This dynamic approach combines trend analysis with momentum and volatility indicators to maximize potential returns while managing risk effectively. Based on the historical data and forecast, BNB has shown volatility, trading between a support of $1,060 and a resistance of $1,100. The RSI has fluctuated between 45.1 and 53.2, indicating periods of both oversold and overbought conditions. The Bollinger Bands have widened recently, suggesting increased price volatility. Considering these factors, I recommend a short-term swing trading strategy focusing on capitalizing on the price fluctuations within the $1,060 to $1,130 range. My strategy involves entering a long position when the RSI dips below 30, and the price touches the support level of $1,060. The entry price would be $1,060. A stop-loss order should be placed just below the support level at $1,050 to limit potential losses. The initial target price is set at the resistance level of $1,130, aiming for a $70 profit. If the price reaches $1,130, consider moving the stop-loss to break even to protect gains and potentially ride the trend further if it continues. This strategy combines RSI signals, support and resistance levels, and Bollinger Bands to maximize profit potential while managing risk effectively. Based on the historical data and forecast, Solana shows a slight upward trend, but with increased volatility. The RSI consistently remains below 60, indicating the asset is not strongly overbought. The Bollinger Bands have been widening, suggesting increased price fluctuations. Considering the support at $191 and the recent price hovering around $194, a conservative strategy focusing on short-term gains is advisable. We will implement a combined strategy using RSI and Bollinger Bands. Our strategy involves entering a long position when the price touches the lower Bollinger Band and the RSI falls below 39. The entry price will be $183. A stop-loss will be set just below the support level at $180. The target price will be set at the resistance level of $199. If the forecast indicates a price of $183, we can enter the trade with confidence. This combined approach leverages both technical indicators to minimize risk and maximize potential profit. This strategy is designed to capture short-term upward movements while protecting against significant downside risks. Based on the historical data and forecast, Dogecoin shows a slight upward trend but with considerable volatility. The RSI fluctuates between 35 and 47, indicating neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions consistently. The Bollinger Bands have been widening, suggesting increased volatility. The forecast for the next week projects a decrease in price initially, followed by a potential rebound. Considering these factors, I recommend a moderately bullish strategy with a focus on capitalizing on short-term price swings. My strategy involves a conditional entry based on the RSI and Bollinger Bands. We will enter a long position at $0.186 if the RSI falls below 30 and the price touches the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Place a stop-loss order at $0.184 to limit potential losses. The initial target price will be $0.2, coinciding with the resistance level. If the price reaches $0.2, we will move the stop-loss to the entry price of $0.186 to secure profits and reduce risk. A secondary target price will be $0.224, aligning with the resistance level, but this will be reassessed based on market conditions. This strategy combines technical indicators with support and resistance levels to maximize potential returns while managing risk effectively. Based on the historical data and forecast, TRON shows a downtrend. The price has been fluctuating within a range, testing the support level of $0.287 consistently. The RSI indicates oversold conditions, hovering between 30 and 46, suggesting potential for a short-term bounce. However, the forecast predicts further decline, reaching $0.283. Considering the Bollinger Bands, the price has been approaching the lower band, reinforcing the bearish outlook. Therefore, I recommend a short position. Entry price should be $0.295, with a stop-loss set at $0.3 to protect against a potential rebound. The initial target price is $0.285, aiming to capitalize on the predicted downward movement. To optimize the strategy, I suggest a tiered approach. If the price reaches the initial target of $0.285, we can move the stop-loss to break even to secure profits and potentially allow for further gains if the downtrend continues. The final target price is $0.28, aligning with the forecast and support level. This strategy combines RSI signals, Bollinger Bands analysis, and price forecasts to maximize potential returns while managing risk effectively. The RSI suggests a possible bounce, but the overall trend and forecast indicate a downward trajectory, making a short position the most prudent choice. Based on the historical data and forecast, Cardano shows a downtrend with periods of consolidation. The RSI consistently remains below 50, indicating prevailing bearish momentum, and occasionally dips into oversold territory below 30, suggesting potential short-term bounces. The Bollinger Bands have been widening, signaling increased volatility, with the price frequently touching the lower band, reinforcing the bearish outlook. Considering the support price of $0.624 and the forecast for the next week, I recommend a contrarian strategy focusing on short-term bounces. My strategy involves a tiered approach. First, initiate a long position at $0.613 when the RSI is oversold, below 30. Set a stop loss at $0.603, just below the lower Bollinger Band to protect against further downside. Target a profit at $0.643, aligning with the forecast price and a modest upward correction. If the price reaches $0.643, consider taking partial profits and moving the stop loss to break even. If the price fails to reach the target and starts to decline, close the position at the stop loss. This strategy aims to capitalize on short-term oversold bounces while mitigating risk with tight stop-loss levels. Based on the historical data and forecast, Wrapped Beacon ETH shows a mixed trend with periods of consolidation and upward movement. The RSI consistently fluctuates around the mid-level, indicating neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions for most of the period. However, the recent forecast suggests a potential upward trend, with prices expected to rise to $4,370. Considering the support level at $4,160 and the resistance at $4,480, I propose a strategy combining RSI and Bollinger Bands for optimal returns. My strategy involves a layered approach. First, when the RSI dips below 39.7, indicating an oversold condition, enter a long position at $4,230. Set a stop loss at $4,160, just below the support level, to protect against downside risk. The initial target price is $4,290, aligning with the recent high. If the price breaks above the upper Bollinger Band, which is currently at $5,170, move the stop loss to the center of the Bollinger Bands, which is $4,290, and adjust the target price to $4,390. This dynamic stop loss and target price adjustment will help capture significant gains while minimizing potential losses. Based on the historical data and forecast, Chainlink shows a downtrend, particularly evident in the recent forecast prices. The RSI consistently hovers around the mid-30s to mid-40s, indicating neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions. However, the Bollinger Bands suggest potential volatility. Considering the current trend and the forecast, I propose a short position strategy. Entry price should be $17.4, with a stop loss set at $18.5 to protect against unexpected upward movements. The target price for this short position is $16.5, aiming to capitalize on the anticipated downtrend. To refine this strategy, I'll incorporate the Bollinger Bands. If the price breaks above the upper Bollinger Band, which is currently at $23.4, it signals a potential trend reversal, and the short position should be closed. Conversely, if the price touches the lower Bollinger Band, which is currently at $15.7, it might indicate an oversold condition, and the stop loss should be adjusted downwards to $16.5. Combining the RSI and Bollinger Bands provides a more robust risk management approach, ensuring optimal returns while minimizing potential losses. Based on the historical data and forecast, Quant exhibits a downtrend. The RSI consistently remains below 50, indicating prevailing bearish momentum. The forecast for the next week projects further declines, with prices reaching as low as $75.5. The support level is consistently at $75.1, while the resistance is at $83.6. Considering these factors, I recommend a short position strategy. We will enter a short position at $84.1, placing a stop-loss order at $83.6, just above the resistance level to protect against a potential bounce. The initial target price will be $75.1, coinciding with the support level. To refine this strategy, we'll incorporate Bollinger Bands. The price is consistently below the upper band, reinforcing the downtrend. If the price approaches the lower band around $75.5, it could signal a potential bounce. Therefore, if the price reaches $75.5, we will move the stop-loss to $76.8. If the price continues to decline, we will adjust the target price to $75.5. This combined approach, utilizing RSI and Bollinger Bands, aims to maximize potential returns while effectively managing risk. The portfolio is 60% short position, 30% RSI strategy, and 10% Bollinger Band strategy. Based on the historical data and forecast, Algorand has been exhibiting a downtrend with periods of consolidation. The support price has consistently remained around $0.177, while the resistance fluctuates. The RSI values have generally been below 50, indicating a weak upward momentum, and have recently approached the oversold level of 20. The Bollinger Bands show that the price is currently near the lower band, suggesting a potential bounce. Considering this, I propose a contrarian strategy. We will enter a long position when the RSI falls below 30, and the price touches the support level of $0.177. The entry price will be $0.177. The stop-loss will be set just below the support level at $0.175 to mitigate potential losses if the downtrend continues. The initial target price will be the middle band of the Bollinger Bands, which is around $0.189. If the price reaches $0.189 and the RSI is below 70, we will move the stop-loss to the entry price of $0.177 and set a second target price at the resistance level of $0.214. This portfolio combines the signals from the RSI, Bollinger Bands, and support/resistance levels to maximize potential returns while managing risk. Based on the historical data and forecast, PAX Gold shows a downtrend. The RSI has been consistently above 80 for a period, indicating an overbought condition, and the forecast suggests further decline. The support price is stable at $3,770, and the price is currently near the support level. We will implement a short selling strategy. Enter a short position at $4,030, with a stop-loss placed at $4,380 to protect against a potential upward reversal. The initial target price is $3,910, aligning with the forecast. To refine the strategy, we'll incorporate the Bollinger Bands. If the price breaks above the upper band, indicating a strong upward movement, we'll adjust the stop-loss to the center of the band, around $4,130. If the price reaches the initial target of $3,910, we'll move the stop-loss to the entry price of $4,030 and set a new target at $3,910. This layered approach aims to maximize potential profits while managing risk effectively. Based on the historical data and forecast, TRON shows a slight downtrend recently, with the forecast prices consistently below $2.2. The RSI consistently remains below 50, indicating a generally oversold condition. The Bollinger Bands show that the price has been approaching the lower band, suggesting a potential for a bounce. Considering these factors, I recommend a long position strategy targeting a rebound from the oversold territory. Specifically, I suggest entering a long position at $2.12, placing a stop-loss order at $2.08 to limit potential losses if the downtrend continues. The initial target price should be $2.34, based on the middle of the Bollinger Bands and a reasonable profit target from the entry point. To refine this strategy, we will incorporate RSI signals. When the RSI drops below 30, it indicates an oversold condition, which is currently the case. A long position can be initiated at $2.08, with a stop-loss placed at $2.01, just below the lower Bollinger Band. The target price will be $2.37, aligning with the center of the Bollinger Bands. This strategy combines the oversold signal with the Bollinger Bands to maximize potential gains while minimizing risk. This portfolio is the most efficient of the three strategies, balancing risk and reward for high returns. Based on the historical data and forecast, Bitcoin Cash shows a clear upward trend. The price has consistently bounced off the support level of $500, and the forecast indicates continued price increases. The RSI has spent a significant amount of time in the oversold territory below 30, suggesting a potential buying opportunity. The Bollinger Bands are widening, indicating increased volatility and potential for larger price movements. Therefore, I recommend a long position strategy. Entry price should be set at $535. The stop loss should be placed just below the support level at $500. The initial target price can be set at $576, aligning with the forecast and the upper Bollinger Band. To refine this strategy, we will incorporate RSI and Bollinger Band signals. If the RSI rises above 50, consider tightening the stop loss to $546. If the price touches the upper Bollinger Band, consider taking partial profits at $579 and moving the stop loss to break even. This dynamic approach allows us to capitalize on the upward trend while mitigating risk. The portfolio will prioritize this long position due to its alignment with the overall market trend and the technical indicators, aiming for high returns with calculated risk management. Based on the historical data and forecast, official Trump exhibits a clear upward trend, supported by the recent surge in price and the projected increase over the next week. The RSI consistently fluctuated between 35 and 60, indicating periods of both oversold and overbought conditions, but generally trending upwards. The Bollinger Bands have been widening, suggesting increased volatility and potential for significant price movements. Combining these factors, I recommend a long position strategy with an entry price of $6.36. Given the support level at $5.71, a stop loss order should be placed at $5.71 to mitigate potential losses. The resistance level at $7.37 suggests a reasonable target price, but aiming higher aligns with the bullish forecast. Therefore, the primary target price should be $7.15, based on the forecast data for November 4, 2025. To maximize returns, consider a tiered target strategy. The first target is $6.66, then $6.86, and finally $7.15. This approach allows for profit-taking while retaining exposure to potential further gains. The RSI readings are currently in the middle range, so we can expect a moderate increase. The widening Bollinger Bands indicate a higher degree of volatility, so the stop loss should be adjusted as the price moves higher to lock in profits and manage risk. This portfolio combines trend analysis, RSI signals, and Bollinger Band dynamics for a high-return investment strategy. Based on the historical data and forecast, Maple Finance shows a slight downward trend, with the recent price hovering around $0.388. The RSI consistently remains below 50, indicating a weak upward momentum. The Bollinger Bands have been narrowing, suggesting decreasing volatility and a potential breakout. Considering the support price of $0.372 and the forecast, I recommend a cautious long position. The entry price should be $0.381, coinciding with the initial forecast. A stop loss should be placed just below the support level at $0.367 to limit potential losses. The target price should be set at $0.399, near the recent high and a reasonable profit target given the current market conditions. To refine this strategy, we can incorporate the RSI indicator. If the RSI rises above 50, indicating a shift in momentum, we can adjust the target price to $0.405. Conversely, if the RSI falls below 30, suggesting an oversold condition, we should consider exiting the position or tightening the stop loss to $0.379. The Bollinger Bands also provide valuable insights. A price breaking above the upper band suggests a potential upward surge, warranting a higher target price, while a price touching the lower band could signal a buying opportunity, but with a tighter stop loss. Combining these indicators, the most efficient portfolio would involve a long position at $0.381, a stop loss at $0.367, and a target price of $0.399, with adjustments based on RSI and Bollinger Band signals. Based on the historical data and forecast, Bittensor demonstrates a clear upward trend, consistently challenging and breaching the resistance level of $452. The RSI fluctuates between 52 and 63, indicating a generally neutral to slightly bullish sentiment. Considering the forecast prices, which predict a climb towards $468 and $469, a long position strategy appears favorable. We will implement a combined strategy leveraging RSI and Bollinger Bands. Entry price will be $419, with a stop-loss set at $412, just below the support level. The initial target price will be $453, aligning with the forecast high for November 4, 2025. To refine the strategy, we'll incorporate Bollinger Bands. If the price breaks above the upper band, indicating strong bullish momentum, we'll adjust the target price to $468. Conversely, if the price touches the lower band, suggesting an oversold condition, we'll consider a partial profit taking at $453 and maintain a smaller position with a revised stop-loss at $421. This dynamic approach, combining trend analysis, RSI signals, and Bollinger Band confirmations, aims to maximize returns while mitigating risk, capitalizing on the predicted upward trajectory of Bittensor. Based on the historical data and forecast, Virtual's protocol shows a strong uptrend, especially from October 28, 2025, with a close price of $1.51. The RSI consistently moved above 36, indicating that the asset is not severely oversold. The forecast for the next week predicts continued upward momentum, with prices ranging from $1.21 to $1.57. Given this, I recommend a long position strategy. We will enter a long position at $1.21, placing a stop-loss order at $1.18 to protect against a potential pullback. The initial target price will be $1.57, aligning with the forecast high. To refine this strategy, we will incorporate the Bollinger Bands. When the price touches the lower band, below $1.18, it signals a potential buying opportunity, reinforcing our long position. Conversely, if the price reaches the upper band, above $1.57, it suggests a possible short-term overbought condition, prompting us to consider taking profits. The RSI, with an oversold level of 20 and an overbought level of 80, will provide additional confirmation signals. If the RSI drops below 30, we will consider adding to our position. If it rises above 70, we will consider taking partial profits at $1.45. This blended approach, combining trend analysis, forecast data, and technical indicators, aims to maximize returns while managing risk effectively. Based on the historical data and forecast, Hedera shows a clear upward trend with recent price action testing the support level of $0.165. The RSI, fluctuating between 32 and 54, indicates periods of both oversold and overbought conditions, but generally trending upwards. The Bollinger Bands are narrowing, suggesting decreasing volatility and a potential breakout. Considering these factors, I propose a long position strategy focusing on capitalizing on the upward momentum. We will enter a long position at $0.177, coinciding with the first forecast price and a recent pullback. A stop-loss will be placed just below the support level at $0.164 to mitigate potential downside risk. The initial target price will be set at $0.194, aligning with the forecast high and a reasonable profit margin. To refine this strategy, we'll incorporate RSI and Bollinger Band signals. If the RSI dips below 30, signaling an oversold condition, we'll consider adding to the position at $0.177. Conversely, if the price touches the upper Bollinger Band, indicating an overbought condition, we'll consider taking partial profits at $0.194. The final target price will be $0.215, the resistance level, providing a significant return. This portfolio combines trend analysis, RSI signals, and Bollinger Band dynamics to maximize potential returns while managing risk effectively.